What is good, everybody? I'm Fox at FOXY Games UK, your regular aggregate source of news, rumour and video game discussion, covering the latest game news and rumour with an emphasis on PlayStation but spanning a variety of platforms. Now, it must be said the views expressed in this video are those of third parties and do not necessarily represent the views of FOXY Games UK, nor do I necessarily co-sign or subscribe to the opinions expressed by other media outlets. We're merely reporting the news. In it. Follow me via Twitter at FOXYGames_UK, or relevant links can be found in this video's description. Okay, so in our first news story, courtesy of DualShockers.com, Ubisoft Montreal has responded to rumours that Assassin's Creed Origins will have a 1080p 60 frames per second mode on Xbox One X. Now, I won't spend too much time on this, but in a previous FOXY Games UK upload, I reported on the aforementioned, and it turns out it was just a big, dirty lie.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
You are the single biggest liar.
All right.
This guy lied. Let me just tell you, this guy will say anything.
Why you always lying?
Yes, a big dirty lie by a wishful YouTuber slash Xbox fanatic named The Biatch. Sorry, my bad. I meant D Batch, and it wasn't even a sweet lie. This Batch individual had the internet and some major media outlets in a tizzy. Tut tut. A bad batch. Very bad. Now, a few days ago, a report by YouTube user D-Batch mentioned the possibility of a mode for Assassin's Creed Origins on Xbox One X offering 1080p resolution running at a solid 60 frames per second, sparking a plethora of rumours and reports among fans and the media. DualShockers reached out to Ubisoft asking if there really is a mode that exists, and when they played the game at Xbox One X Gamescom event, nothing of the sort was made available to them, but that was 2 weeks ago, so here's a following in the response. It's too soon for us to say. As of today, as the game frame rate has not been locked yet, our goal is to take full advantage of the hardware horsepower to deliver the best possible experience on all platforms. Assassin's Creed's Origins will use the dynamic resolution rendering. That's the checkerboard or sparse rendering for those not in the know. So the resolution will adapt to ensure a smooth frame rate and the best image possible in all situations. So basically, frame rate has not been finalized yet, so it's too soon to say whether the mode mentioned will really make an appearance or not, but it is unlikely given the scope of the Assassin's Creed Origins game world. At least we get the promise that the development team is trying to take full advantage of the juice under the hood of all the platforms, including Xbox One X. Now, if you want to see more of Assassin's Creed Origins, you can check out 20 minutes of gameplay that was recorded at Xbox One X Gamescom event. All over YouTube, it's everywhere, and the latest game cinematic trailers as well as video combat, one-on-one with the game world, some gameplay and trailers with Microsoft press conference at E3, and another trailer from Ubisoft's own E3 briefing. An impressive batch of screenshots and more gameplay on the Xbox One X. The game will launch for PS4, Xbox One and PC on October 27. Okay, moving on. Another developer has come out speaking on the differences between Xbox One X and PS4 Pro. So the One X and Pro differences will be difficult to notice unless and until you are someone who loves digital Foundry performance analysis videos. With the One X releasing in November and the benefits of the console being more clear, it's also becoming pretty obvious who it's for. Those who wish for improved performance and resolution for Xbox One titles might take to it. Those interested in 4K gaming, though terms and conditions apply, may want it. But what about those who just play third-party titles on other platforms like PS4 Pro? What will the One X provide for them? Well, at least with regards to Raiders of the Broken Planet, the upcoming adventure multiplayer title whose epilogue goes live later this month, Mercury Steam's Dave Cox said to Gaming Bolt that the differences between the One X and PS4 Pro versions will be very hard to notice unless and until you're an expert who loves performance analysis. That's keeping in mind that the One X is far ahead of the PS4 Pro in terms of GPU power and memory bandwidth. Here's a quote. We always strive to get the most out of each platform while maintaining a uniform quality, ensuring the player will have the best possible experience regardless of his or her platform of choice. If you are an expert who enjoys detailed performance analysis, you will notice slight variations in definition and possibly frame rate, but otherwise it will be very difficult to notice any differences, said Cox when they were specifically asked whether the difference will be visible to players. Now, Mercury Steam had it confirmed that it will be releasing Raiders of the Broken Planet with enhancements tailor-made for the One X and Pro. How did the developers go about assessing the capabilities of both consoles before development actually began? Well, Cox said, "It's always easier for us to upscale the project. Having extra power is never an issue, as we work with assets of the greatest quality. We must find the balance between what we have and what we can put into the game. Making sacrifices is never easy. Both the PS4 Pro and Xbox One X are upgrades of existing consoles. Thus for us, it's just a question of scaling up the quality of those assets." The free prologue for Raiders of the Broken Planet releases on September 22nd for Xbox One, PS4 and PC, with episodes to follow in the future. Okay, so another known developer speaks out on whether the average gamer will immediately spot the minor differences on screen between the soon-to-be released Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro that released November 2016. Look, now here's the thing, you don't need to be a rocket scientist. It doesn't take a genius to realize that One X and PS4 Pro are playing with the same, or within the same sand, using the same technology, the same AMD GPU family, the Radeon cards. They're also using the same GDDR5. Look, at the end of the day, one machine has more RAM, higher bandwidth, and more powerful GPU, but third parties, are they going to take advantage of it? I mean, it's the age-old story. You only have to look at the PS4 Pro enhancements. Some have been hit and miss. I mean, and that's the leading console. PS4 is the leading console. So if anything, developers would be, should be falling over themselves to really impress their product upon the PS4 Pro. And with the One X, Xbox One, 30 million sales lifetime allegedly. And the Xbox One X isn't even out. It's not even expected to do well outside of the core demographic Xbox fan. So how much time and effort are developers going to put in? I mean, we could bang on about this forever. Also, let's not neglect the fact that the majority of the hardcore audience, they'll be looking for flaws, and believe me, if you're looking for flaws in any game, you'll find them. But the average gamer is not going to be having the opportunity to look at side-by-side comparisons of PS4 Pro and Xbox One X games, even in media footage on YouTube, on websites, in magazines. You're not going to be able to see a huge amount of difference. It's going to be minimal at best. So, whilst I really expect the Xbox One X to do well, and I hope it does, and I really do hope the games are significantly better than the PS4 Pro. I hope so, because, competition is a wonderful thing, and it allows Sony to up their game as well. More impetus and more motivation. But at the end of the day, you're not going to see any differences that are too discernible to the average gamer. Moving on, and finally, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds has sold more than 10 million copies. Bluehole, the developer, announced today that as of September 1st, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, PUBG for short, the first standalone Battle Royale video game, has sold over 10 million units since its Steam Early Access launch on March 23rd. PUBG also set a new mark for peak concurrent users, with over 970,000 highlighted by strong reception at the PUBG Invitational at Gamescom 2017. Chan Han Kim, Vice President and Executive Producer for Bluehole, said, here's a quote, "It's amazing and gratifying to see the love and support the passionate fans have shown the PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Watching the thrilling moments during the PUBG Invitational with great feedback from viewers is a realization of continuing popularity of PUBG, and our team is working diligently to bring a solid gameplay experience to full launch on the PC and Xbox One game preview versions later this year." Now, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is a last man standing shooter that drops players on a realistic 8x8 kilometer island with visuals that showcase Unreal Engine 4's capabilities. Starting with nothing, gamers must fight to locate weapons, vehicles and supplies as they strive to be the lone survivor. PUBG already available on PC will also go into early access as a timed Xbox One exclusive, then expected to release on PS4 sometime in the future. And that brings us to the end of another video. But don't let that stop you expressing yourself in the comments section, as it makes for interesting discussion. So go ahead, share your thoughts on all of today's news stories in the comments. As usual, if you found any of the information in this video at all useful, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe and share the video. Immensely helpful to the channel. You can also help us grow by supporting us via Patreon. Starting from just $1, you'll find a link in this video's description. Until next time, my dear gamers, always remember, play games, not corporations. Thanks for watching.